this is Mr. Everything. I'm coming back at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to open up and take a review and a look at some of the sprues that you get in this Victrix Miniatures Warriors of Antiquity, Greek Peltasts, Javelin Men, and Slingers. Okay, so you're going to get 56 models. Let's take a look and see what you get. But first, let's take a look at the box. Okay, the back of the box has a little diagram here. Kind of shows you the different parts that you'll find on the sprue and which ones go where and how to attach them. Not that you don't already know how to do that. Basically, these figures represent Greek light infantry from 5th to 3rd century. You make Peltasts, or the main Greek mercenary, or you can make Javelin Men. To me, Peltasts and Javelin Men are pretty much the same thing. And then, but Peltasts were actually used as light infantry and not as skirmishers. But then you could go with also the Javelin Men skirmishers or the Slingers. They were flexible. They were you can add the flexibility to your Athenian, Spartan, Theban, or mercenary phalanxes. And this is just some suggestions, some ideas for painting the shields. I plan to use decals. Okay, let's get back. Let's see what we get inside. All right, so we get a bunch of different sprues. Now these, we get a couple of smaller sprues. These are all exactly the same. Well, are they exactly the same? Yes, these four are all exactly the same. They look like slingers. Yep, it even says slingers right there. You got a guy with a sling back, and then this is probably a guy with a sling overhead. They got ammunition pouches on their side. We'll get a close-up of these here in just a minute and take a look. Okay, but these guys, these sprues, we're going to test to see if these are all exactly the same. And they are. Okay, so these sprues are all the same, and there are 6 of them. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and slide one of these off. And then we'll take a look and see what we get. So we get 6 sprues times 8 figures. You're looking at 48 of these guys, and then 8 more of these guys. That's where you're getting your 56. Okay, so 8 slingers. That's cool. I'm sure I could make some of these into slingers. No, because there's no extra slingers. But there is one horn. There is a horn on every sprue. So if I wanted to make a number of additional musicians to include in any of my Greek units, I could. Okay, that's good to know. Get a lot of javelins, some spears here. These are pretty long spears. A guy with like a floppy hat, a bunch of guys just zipper heads. And then you got guys down here with the helmets. I guess these would be for the Peltasts. These would be for the Javelin Men skirmishers. And then the different types of shields. Yeah. There's just a couple of, and there's one, and there's a couple with no hands around them. I think those would be used for maybe putting it on their back or something like that. All right, let's get a close-up look of this sprue and see what it looks like. All right, let's start off by looking at the heads down here. The heads with the helmets on. It's a lot of variety. Looks like a Boeotian. Looks like a Macedon. Corinthian style helmets. Okay, and then if you go with just the regular heads, I'm going to flip them over so I can get closer to the camera. So they're upside down, so just bear with me. Just normal guys with hair. Where this guy looks like he's got a cap on. See, this is one of those javelins I was talking about. It doesn't have a hand, where these guys have hands, so they would be glued in a carrying position. And then these guys are extra long spears. I'm not sure if Peltasts carried spears like that. We're gonna have to do some research. Okay, and a variety of different shield types. I mean, yikes, right? Okay, so let's take a look at some of these bodies. Good cloth, barefoot. Got his hand over his head. He's got a little sword. These two have swords like tucked under. He's holding his sword, it looks like, but that's a shield square there for you to mount a shield on. That guy's got one of them as well, and he's got like a big rope over his shoulder. He's up. He's probably getting ready to throw it or stab somebody. This guy is pretty animated. I'm really liking it, and I like his sword. Right? These two guys on the end are the most animated, but he's extremely animated. He's got something going on. Looks like a shield arm to the front, because he's got this square on the outside, but then he's got this. Maybe he's got a spear in his hand. But he also nope. No, he doesn't. Only this guy's got that. And this guy. He's got a little one. Oh, exposed arm. Okay, so that would be skin. Okay, so that would be skin too. That's like his tunic was folded down, so give him more freedom of movement to throw the javelin, where this guy's got his tunic still on. And then if I wanted to, I could give somebody a sword. I could even give guys plumes for their helmets if I wanted to do that. He's got a standard gladius style sword, and then you got the Romfoot, and that's awful thin. And the whole reason why you get these guys is for the javelins, so I think I'm going to be using all javelins for skirmishers and for peltasts. Not sure about these spears, though. Let's see what the box says about those spears. Spears and javelins, SP4, these can be placed behind the shields as extra weapons and missiles. Okay, like they're holding the spear behind the... Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the command... Oh, no, it's not a command sprue. It's just a slinger sprue. Okay. He's got this slinger here with his sling behind his back. And this slinger with no arm. I guess you would mount one of these two arms, spinning it or getting ready to fire it. Couple of heads. I don't know if that's a slinger shield or what that is. Yeah, it's showing it super small shield. Slinger buckler. Okay. Alright guys, well thanks for coming out and checking out this, looking at the sprues and the figures you get with your Greek Peltasts, Javelin Men, and Slingers. If you like this video, be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, if you've got friends that are in the hobby that are interested in this type of content, be sure to share it with them. I'd appreciate it. It'll help get my word out, my name. And also, I am doing commissions on painting, so if there's something you wanted to get painted, let me know. I am doing that. Currently, right now, I'm painting and I'm selling on eBay. But if you want something specifically commissioned, you can always contact me and I'll take care of you. All right, and I will catch you next time.